Well, welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole, where one innocent Google search turns into 37 open tabs and a complete waste of an otherwise productive evening. My name's Wes, and this week I Googled, why does your body know when you're close to home when you need to do a poo? I know, episode 1, and we're already talking about bowels, but here we are. It's something that has affected me, and I'm sure some of you out there may feel the same. So pretty much, you're coming home, you need to go, the bowels are murmuring, and for some reason, the second you see that street sign pointing into your house, you start to really squirm. Always wondered, what is this? So this is why I explored this through my Google search, and down a few rabbit holes I went. So pretty much, my experience, sometimes even just walking, we walk up to the cafe, me and the wife and the kids, and unfortunately I have to leave them at the top of the street sometimes. Pop on my running shoes and head off as fast as I can to get home. My legs are shaking, I am sweaty. In fact, as I'm coming up the driveway, I feel like I look kind of like one of those guys who's, their body gives up on them towards the end of a marathon and they get super wobbly. I'm like, for some reason, I've got a thumbprint that lets me in the front door. I'm sweaty. That sensor is not picking up my thumb. I'm squirming. I try and put the code in. Oh my gosh. Absolutely, it's all over. Now that I've got kids, it happens when I'm driving home, from daycare. I've got 3 of them in the back. I've somehow got to unclip, get them out of the car. Oh, can't control my body. I even have at times just run in with 2 of them and they've sat on my lap while nature does its course. So, golly gosh, what is going on there? So my Google search, it came up with something called proximity urgency, which is basically a neurological kind of phenomenon, I guess, where the brain associates home with safety and a safe place to go to the toilet. And that association can be anything kind of, like your street sign turning into your street, a shop corner, your driveway, your letterbox, and your brain just lets you know it's time to relax down there. And basically we have 2 sphincters, right? The outer sphincter, which we, can use to hold on and control. But there's also an inner sphincter, which is more of a kind of subconscious or mechanism that the body just decides, all right, I'm going to just test the waters here. And that can be dangerous when you're standing at your front door or sitting in your car driving down your street. And so, it kind of triggers a bit of a bowel relaxation and the body stops suppressing that urge. It's actually a learned behavior that happens where your brain associates rather than, it's a brain kind of malfunction. Well, not malfunction, but it's a brain working thing as opposed to your bladder or bowel giving up on you, I guess. And it's similar to the I don't know if it happens with you, but the bladder, it's called latchkey incontinence or key in the door incontinence. It happens a lot with people trying to get in their front door and the brain bladder miscommunication and urge incontinence happens. So there you have it. What I did find, and I don't have this issue, although I've been close, is one of my rabbit holes I came across a little anal plug, which is a kind of a silicon-looking tampon-like device, a bit of a rubber, not a string, but a rubber kind of tail on it, where you can give that a yank. You know, you don't want to get that lost, but it prevents leakage. I hope none of you have that issue and you can actually get there on time. But some of the things that can help, which I do anyway, well, not all of them, but a bit of deep breathing. Absolutely do a bit of deep breathing, especially on my way into the street. Just try and kind of change my way of thinking and think, actually, this isn't my street. My street's another 5 minutes away. Controlled breathing, a little bit of, what's it called? Your pelvic floor pulsing, where you kind of tense your pelvic floor, release, tense, release. And they're all actually really good strategies to use to kind of help break this learned behavior. And in fact, within the literature, within Google, there's actually techniques you can try. So just slowing everything down as you approach the door, just try and calm yourself down, pop your key in the door, and instead of going straight to the bathroom, just try and hold back for a couple of minutes. Even if it just starts with 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, just every time it happens to you, just hold back before you make your way to the bathroom. And over time, you can kind of break that connection a little bit, so you're not absolutely busting and belting everyone who's in your way just to get to the bathroom, which in our house, we've got one toilet. So thankfully, I'm the only one, I think. Some of us are in nappies still, but that has to deal with proximity urgency. But if there's more than one of us, we are fighting to get to that toilet. What I take away from this, continue with my breathing, work on my pelvic floor pulsing, try and slow everything down, walk slower to the bathroom, maybe sit down for a few minutes, try and break that phenomenon. And I reckon not stress so much. Maybe even do a little bit of conscious thinking about that inner sphincter that we don't have so much control over, and over time that might actually improve what's going on. And really, that's it for this week. Try to get into that 10-minute kind of period if I can. And look, it turns out your body isn't just betraying you at the front door. It's been learning your habits all along, which raises an even creepier question. What else knows you better than you think? Have a think about that, because it's what we're going to discuss next week when we go down the rabbit hole. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch up next week for a little bit more curiosity and fun.